Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rifqy Yazeed Habibi. I am from Kasbi. My student's number is 1821222048, and this course is language materials evaluation and design in ELT. And then today I'm gonna explain the materials about lesson plan and ELT materials. So I'm studied in English department and practicing or learn more how to become a good learners or teachers. So it is important for teachers, if you want to deliver some materials or doing an activities in class. And as you can see here in the method, there is 3 stages of teaching items. The first one is presentation, the second is practice, and the last is production. Okay, let me explain to you. The presentation means that you are able to prepare the class. You have to prepare anything that you need or what is necessary to doing activities. Like you have to make sure that the student is ready to receive your materials, or even you have ready of all media you have or equipment that you are needed in the activities, such as a whiteboard or projector and anything else. You have to make sure that everything is ready to do or to start a class. And then you have to make sure that the concept of the materials is clear. You have to review the materials that you will deliver. You have to know the capability or what who's will be receive the materials. You have to know the cross culture, you have to know the boundaries, and you have to make the materials is appropriate of what the student you teach. And then it will be good if you giving some example in the materials to make them understand and think that it's relevant, and they can operate their brain fastly, because you give some materials that relevant with the student. And then the second is practice. Practice means that you after giving some explanation about the materials clearly, and you have to repeat it and asking the student what they didn't understand after you explain the materials. Also, you have to asking some question to a student to make sure that they understand or not. It means that you can know the capability of student of the materials you give. And then the discussion is important in the class, because it will give a good feedback. It will be a good communication between teacher and student, and it will be a beneficial activities in discussion. So make sure that the discussion is very effective. You are clearly to answer every question, or you are know that you have to give them some question to a student to make sure or to measure the capability or what they know about the materials. And then the production means that you feel like giving some assignment, another assignment. Or you can doing another activities, like you are giving them some quiz or some mini games that can boost their knowledge, that can boost their capability or skills in language. Like, for example, you give some vocabulary and then the student has to make sentences of the words that you are giving. It will be good to make a student operate their mind to construct the words into a sentence. For about grammar correctness or a structure, I think it would be good if you are fixing it after they're giving the sentences that they made. And then we continue to practice in this section. As you can see, the first one is provide multiple learning activities. Means that in the one activities in class, for example, you have 2 hours to deliver a material or class, you have to make a varieties of activities in the class. Alright, for example, the first one is you are ordering a student to read a materials first, and then the second is you asking them to you ask them some question that relate with the materials that you shared, and then after that you can make mini groups of the students, and each group have to present of the materials that you were shared to them. And then the second is guided practice, and it's controlled by a teacher or learners. As I said before, that you can use a variety of questioning strategies to determine the student capability or understanding of the materials that you give. Or also you can ask them to make a journal or conferencing, or even the reflective maybe, or to evaluate their understanding of material. It is important to measure and determine the student capability. And then there's an independent practice. I think it is different, depends on the student or the teachers. It feels, for example, you can ask a student to doing a discussion using English. For example, using English with a peer in a seat or across a seat. Alright? Or you can order them to stand up in the front of class. You have to know each person what they need to improve and what they have acquired in the class. And then there's, for example, of learning activities. This is very lot of example, and you can add some more activities if that doesn't included here, like storytelling. Maybe you give some example of storytelling, and the student have to retell the story in front of class. You can see debates, role-playing, performance, peer presenting, creative play, direct instruction, inquiry learning, and many things that you can do. It depends on the creativity, to boost the creativity of the student, and you have to use that. And the last is the closure, or at the end of the class. What will you do? The closure is very important to make sure the student understand of the materials. Like, for example, here students summarize the major concept. It means that after you giving some materials and doing an activities, and they are practice with the materials, you have to ask one of the student and tell or representate the materials, the main point of the materials that you shared. Also, after it, or you can retell again the main points of the materials, the important things in the materials that they have to know. And then before the class is ended, you have to give some sets of what will they do in next meeting, or you can give some assignment if you want. And the important is what will you tell or share in the next meeting, or the topic that will they received. I think it's enough for me. Thank you very much. My name is Rifqy Yazeed Habibi. Stay healthy, stay safe. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.